This is the Morris Arboretum of the University of Pennsylvania. What we do here is connect people, plants, and place. We do teaching, we do research, and we provide a display garden that's an attraction and a feature for the entire region.
Welcome to the world of birding. And when you start watching birds and following them, like this little one that just landed on the grass here right in front, that's another song sparrow. The white-throated sparrow says, "Old Sam Peabody," which we heard it when we were on the top of the hill.
There is a forest in the middle of Philadelphia. We're one end of that forest, but it goes all the way down to the Art Museum and the Sculptor along the Wissahickon. The Morrises, they were brother and sister, so they had no children. They saw themselves as holders rather than possessors. And how could they make best use of those resources for future generations? They spelled this out in their will, in creating the Morris Arboretum of the University of Pennsylvania. What makes the Morris Arboretum unique in Philadelphia is its university association, number one. That gives to us an imperative to rigorously pursue the sciences and to be a knowledge-based institution. So there's that. It's also we're accredited as a museum with the American Association of Museums. So we have that level that says as a museum institution we're recognized nationally and internationally. We're on the National Register of Historic Places as a Victorian landscape. We have trees here that are 120 years old. We have trees that are 20 years old. And you have to have both. If you live in a city and everybody was the same age, it would be pretty boring, and then all of a sudden all those skills and benefits disappear at one time. Today I'm hosting a group from Temple University and a group from Chestnut Hill College. One is studying local history and the other is studying public horticulture. The classes, they're in our course brochure twice a year, spring and fall, like the academic calendar.
On a branch like this, it's coming out, we talked about the 5 leaf buds. You count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
If you get that height in proportion first at the beginning, what you'll find is that your whole arrangement will fall into space.
The classes, we run about 120 of those a year. And those are for people who are beginning gardening or beginning bird watching or beginning art. Sculpture is an intentional part of the garden. Art is intentional in the garden. When you think about our mission and how we implement that, it's the integration of art, science, and humanities. And going back to the times of the Morrises, who founded the garden, they introduced art in the garden. Statue of Mercury, some of the Asian work, the Japanese stonework, is sculpture. The Fudo stones, really magnificent.
My name's Patrick Dougherty. I'm a sculptor. I'm working here in the Morris Arboretum, and I've got this wonderful place. This is their normal sculpture park. I've been working down here for about almost 2 weeks.
He weaves incredible 2-, 3-story structures. Every one is different. They're all very fanciful, very imaginative. He's done this all around the world, in Denmark, in Japan, and for 3 weeks he builds it on site as the artist in residence, and that's exciting to see that built.
I don't really have a preconceived notion when I come to a space, but I'm always looking for starting points. In this case, there are lots of snail shells around in the garden, and I picked up one and I thought, well, now, you know, this is a kind of a pagoda shape, and I've never built something like this. I think I'll try that. A lot of the kind of motion that is implied in the surfaces is really a drawing technique where you're using your body as a pencil and accumulating lines in a really interesting way.
If you take a group of kids through and you show them a sculpture, they'll all like it. What do you think about this? Hands up, who likes this piece? Oh, they all like it. It's fun. You take a group of adults, maybe half of them will say, oh, I like that piece. So somewhere in our life, we learn to look at art in a different way. Kids are free of that, and so that's always kind of fun.
We're going to show you a tour of what I call the 3-layer cupcake.
I don't always make pieces that people can go in, but I like that. I like the idea that someone would experience the change of scale of imagining what something is like from outside and then stepping inside and seeing, you know, a really different kind of world.
Patrick Dougherty's work, it's organic. If you can appreciate the aesthetics of a plant, you can appreciate the aesthetics of a sculpture.
I try to name them right at the end, like a couple of days before. We'll start joking around and asking people what they think. We'll get rid of all the bad titles first. We'll come up with a good title. We'll let you know.
You learn a lot here. You're constantly learning.
We have over 350 volunteers. That means a chance to play in this garden and to practice horticulture or to practice teaching.
If you're interested in any particular area, and nature is just so wide open, it's a great learning experience. And if you're having fun, you're going to learn.
The Arboretum, like life, is to be enjoyed in every season.